She claims she's the only one who can provide leadership on Brexit and now security. But after presiding over cuts in police numbers as Home Secretary, doesn't she now have questions to answer?
There have been cuts to neighbourhood policing.
Would it not be leadership to say that you would reverse those cuts?
Do you agree, and would that mean you were wrong to cut numbers?
Prime Minister, you accused those who were concerned about police cuts of crying wolf. Do you accept now that you were wrong to say that they were raising legitimate concerns? And do you commit to restore those 20,000 police officers that were cut since 2010?
We have been protecting counter-terrorism policing. We've provided funding for an uplift in armed policing. We have, from 2015, we're protecting police budgets, as I said, and I have been responsible through a number of pieces of legislation I've introduced to give extra powers to the police to deal with terrorism. Jeremy Corbyn's boasted that he's opposed every single piece of anti-terror legislation since he came into Parliament.
We will not allow a million people...
The Labour leader has his own issues on terrorism, his attitudes to groups like the IRA and Hamas, for example. But campaigning in Middlesbrough today, he had this demand based on Theresa May's record.
There have been calls for her resignation. Would you back those calls?
Indeed I would, because there's been calls made by a lot of very responsible people on this who are very worried that she was at the Home Office for all this time, presided over these cuts in police numbers, and now is saying that we have a problem. Yes, we do have a problem. We shouldn't have cut the police numbers.
Not too dreadful, not too shabby. There we go.
And in Edinburgh, the Liberal Democrat leader also tried to keep the heat on the Prime Minister.
We have a Prime Minister who told off the police for saying that they were crying wolf. And that was at the time when she was responsible for making cuts in our police numbers in every part of our country. And today she stands and says that enough is enough.
And campaigning in Essex, the UKIP leader said it was time for a new approach.
I think first we have to have politicians who are willing and have the courage to name what the problem is, and it's Islamist extremism. Secondly, we need to reverse those cuts.
At times like these, voters are entitled to ask who will keep them safe. They can choose on Thursday.